Hello ladies and gentlemen, and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host, Brett Murphy, and for today's video, I have a brand new ranking for you all, and I am going to be ranking all 5 of the Final Destination movies. So this Final Destination franchise is a staple of the horror genre, that is likely most well known for its unforgettable opening premonition sequences, as well as its creative and unique death scenes. But which of these 5 movies delivers both the thrills and the kills? Well, we're about to find out. Before I hop into the actual ranking itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos. There's right around 100 videos on that playlist right now, so if movie-themed rankings are your thing, then check that out and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Number 5. The Final Destination, aka Final Destination 4. This one is just plain bad. I genuinely do not like this movie at all. It is not good. The 3D is gimmicky as hell. The CGI is so bad. All of the characters are immediately unlikable. It starts even quicker than 3 does, which starts pretty friggin' quick, meaning it gives us almost no time at all to even get to know these people before it starts taking them away from us. I did actually like the opening title sequence that pays homage to the first 3 movies, but the placement of the opening title sequence just felt so whack and completely out of place. I found the visions from our main character for the other characters' deaths in this movie to be way less clever. They were just far more specific and thus far less creative. I actually thought that the movie theater sequence was kinda great, but then it quickly gets wiped away and the actual ending is far less memorable. And the one thing that could have salvaged this movie was the kills, because that's what this franchise is known for. But even the kills in this one are completely uninspired and totally marred by that gimmicky 3D and the horrendous CGI. Number 4. Final Destination 2. I feel like a lot of people are really going to disagree with this placement, but let me start by saying from this point on, this number 4 spot to the number 1 spot, I find these movies to actually all be pretty even in terms of quality and my enjoyment of them. It was just a matter of rearranging them in a way that I felt to be satisfactory. I do find that this first sequel actually had more shocking and unexpected deaths than the original had. But I also felt that we got nowhere near enough time with the characters to actually care about any of them. The first movie, admittedly not perfect by any means, and none of the characters are that great, which I will touch on later, but at least we got to spend some time with them, see the relationships they had with one another, like best friends, kind of love interests, the bully. Most of the characters had connections, and we learned about those connections throughout that movie. That is nowhere to be found here. It's just a bunch of characters thrown together in this situation, and that's pretty much it. None of them really know each other, and we don't really get to know them either. It feels much faster paced than the original did as well, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Again, the bad thing because we don't really get to know any of the characters, and the movie kind of just flies by, but it's also a good thing because the movie is just a sit down and easy watch, and then there is not much downtime in between what everyone came to see, the deaths. Although I will say the reason that I really wanted to put this one higher is because of that opening premonition, the iconic log truck sequence, because that is so damn good. Number 3, Final Destination 5. Immediately, there is a noticeable step up in this one from the 4th one. The production value across the board, including things like visuals and cinematography, feels far more cinematic and less straight to DVD like the 4th one felt. The characters right away, at least most of them, not all of them, are far more interesting and better written. They're not necessarily great characters or anything, but they're, again, at least more interesting, most of them anyway, because of course you always need a few throwaway characters. But most of them actually feel like real people. The bridge collapse is absolutely epic, and yes, the 3D is still there, but it did also feel far less egregious and in your face than the 4th one did. The CGI isn't the best either, but it's definitely better than before, and Tony Todd also returns in this one too, so that's a positive on its own. I also like that they brought back the detective aspect, the investigative side of these movies that we had at least in the first one, a little bit in the second one, because it makes it feel more like a real movie again and not just kills, kills, kills the marathon. It also introduces the new eye for an eye twist. And then of course you have the brilliant, and I actually do feel it was brilliant, twist ending that it's actually a prequel to the first movie. That was amazing, and I love that about this one. Are you looking for the perfect gift for the movie lover in your life, or maybe you just want to treat yourself? Then look no further than the most unique piece of movie art you could possibly have with MoviePalette. Visit moviepalette.com right now and use code BAM15 at the checkout for 15% off your order. And now, back to the video. Number 2, Final Destination. Look, this one is a classic at this point. Everyone has heard of Final Destination. Everyone has seen the plane crash, both the premonition version and them being in the airport. Everyone knows what this movie is, and most people out there have probably seen it at least once in their lives. It is a very 2000s movie, from the style to the dialogue to the music choices. A lot of it is very, very early 2000s, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a product of its time. It's actually got some surprisingly gory kills, some half-decent characters, and it was a very unique idea for the time. Number 1, Final Destination 3. Once again, like I said, these number 4 to 1 spots, all 4 of those movies I scored the exact same, and I feel pretty much the same about each of them. There's little nitpicks here and there and reasons why I shuffled them around for me personally, and for today I have put Final Destination 3 in first. I think it has the best leads of the series, with Mary Elizabeth Winstead in particular giving a really solid performance. In my opinion, it has probably the most brutal and memorable deaths of the franchise. I found the tension building and constant subversions to be well done. The idea of the pictures giving clues and hints to other characters' death is unique to this movie in this franchise, and I thought that was very clever. Something that was different and they never really did again. However, of course, these movies aren't perfect or flawless by any means. I don't really care for the sudden big time jump. There is no Tony Todd in this one either, except in voice alone, which is a bummer because who doesn't love Tony Todd? However, what I love about this movie is that it starts big and it ends big. The opening on the roller coaster is unforgettable. It is awesome, it is iconic, it's crazy, it's bonkers. It really taps into that innate fear of roller coasters that everybody has. And then it ends big with the subway, because they went way harder with those subway deaths than they needed to. They were violent, they were aggressive and sudden, very in your face, very big and fun, and it just, what a way to end the movie. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking. While you're at it, be sure to let me know how you would have ranked all 5 of the Final Destination movies. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you're a movie lover of any kind, then my channel is the place to be for you. Be it rankings, top 10s, versus videos, tier videos, I have it all and so much more. There are already over 500 videos on this channel with plenty more on the way. So if any of that piques your interest, be sure to smash that subscribe button right now. And while you're at it, don't forget to ring that little bell icon, that way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe, thank you so much for watching, and that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you, and while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.